is up, fellow kaiju non-kaiju fans? Godzilla Reader here, and welcome to episode 2 of the Kid First podcast. I'm Godzilla Q, and these are my co-hosts.
I'm the one and only Atno Goji.
Hello, I'm the Godzilla Reader.
Excuse me over there, kid. Get off my computer. Thank you. Hello, everybody. It's me, the Godzilla Reader. Sorry for that. The kid just wanted to try to steal my place, I guess. He's only a 6-year-old. Don't pay him attention.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Goji Rex 28 here.
This is Venom.
No, it's not. It's just News Gamer.
Okay, so
Doesn't get old.
so we're hoping to get through both our topics this episode, but we might not be able to. We might just be able to get through one because of time difference with some of us and so on and so forth. But so we'll be talking about fan films, our favorite fan films. So we'll be mainly talking about our all-time favorite fan films. And if someone has a close second, they can talk about that one too, if they so wish to.
Basically, the honorable mentions, right?
Yep. So, who wants to go first?
So just before we start, just want a little disclaimer. In terms of fan films, even though, well, there's going to be one that is going to be our favorite, keep in mind that all fan films should not be compared to each other, and instead should be seen as what they are. I'm especially going to take this even further with a screenshot that I've taken of Nico Monart, one of the creators of the Godzilla Kenshin trilogy, basically giving a very, very motivating speech about how fan films should not be compared to each other and should be seen as what they are. So I don't know, Kiri, you just gonna show that?
Yep.
So yeah, just keep in mind, fan films are good, but they should not be compared to each other. I'm looking at you, Agno.
Hey, don't look at me.
Yes, I'm looking at you specifically. But okay, so now that I said that, we can start with this. So Agno, I'm gonna let you start with this one. Tell us maybe if you have some honorable mentions of fan films that you like, but then you go ahead with your all-time favorite, even though we probably know what it is.
Okay, honorable mentions: Godzilla Apex and Godzilla vs. Godzilla and Ultraman's South by Godzilla Geek. Those are probably honorable mentions, along with Zone Fighter. Even though that series is practically dead at this point. There's nothing much that's happened with that series.
Okay, give us the reasoning. Give us the reasoning as to why these are the honorable mentions, I guess. For each one, I guess. I suppose.
Godzilla Apex is mostly just because of how dark it gets when Apex Ghidorah comes in, of how dark and serious it takes itself. The Godzilla and Ultraman series is mostly because of how fun it is. And Zone Fighter is just same reason for Godzilla and Ultraman. It's just fun to watch. And what my all-time favorite fan film is, who can guess what it is?
Godzilla Wrath of Ronald McDonald.
Oh God, Venom. Venom just answered.
It's Wrath of the Hybrid 100%. I love Wrath of the Hybrid. It's geek when it comes to fan films. It's my favorite fan film. I just love the dedication that the team put together with this film. I just love how awesome this film is. It's geek fan film, but I just love Wrath of the Hybrid. And the introduction and the build up to Kujira is worth the payoff. And when you see Kujira, yes, he's not on screen for very long, but he leaves an impact on you. And you just want to see more of this character. He leaves an impact. And the battles are awesome. The human story, yes, it could be forgettable at sometimes, but it's still entertaining. I just love this fan film. It's dedicated fans coming together to make one fan film. It's awesome and peak. It's peak when it comes to Godzilla fan films. It's a creme de la creme. It's creme de la creme when it comes to fan films. It's probably it will always be my all-time favorite. The only thing I don't like about this fan film is legit the when it's when they took out During Grey, when they took out the final During Grey cut. I want the During Grey cut. I want the During Grey cut back.
It was just in it was only for the trailer. Chill. Movies
yeah,
do
and
this all the time.
yeah, and also,
No,
why? Wait, why is this even a criticism? You can blame YouTube for that, but why the You shouldn't blame the movie because YouTube decided to just copyright claim the movie because they used a Japanese song on the end credits. So not anything. That's on YouTube, but not on the movie.
whatever. Whatever.
That's his answer to everything.
Pretty much.
Get used to that, people. That's going to be his answer to just about any argument he can't win.
Yes.
Yep. That's my catchphrase now. Whatever, whatever, whatever,
Okay. Okay.
whatever,
Okay.
whatever.
Okay. 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 Enough. Okay. Anything more you have to say about this fan film that you like?
Not really. I just love how dedicated the fans are to make this fan film. I just love this fan film.
All right. So that was Acno. Is there anyone who wants to come out?
I guess I can talk about this fan film. It's called Shin Hedora and is made by Canon MMD. And everyone probably knows this guy. He's well known for like his reimagining of the Godzilla anime trilogy, where Godzilla Earth goes up against monsters that were from those movies, like Mechagodzilla and King Ghidorah, but done in a very different way. One of the other films is not really a adaptation of like one of the films, but is basically Godzilla Earth going up against the Earth Defense Force uh, or the military from like the Heisei era, I believe, or G Force basically. And he recently did make a new animation called I don't know the actual name of it, but it's basically a reimagining of Godzilla versus Gigan from Final Wars. But I'm not here to talk about that one. Uh, this fan film, Shin Hedora, was great. It took one of my favorite Toho monsters and turned it into basically he turned it into a Shin Godzilla like short film, a little reimagining of a well popular monster. And I honestly really like this film. It's a nice film. It has good build up. Uh, you can see like sorry. Um, the animation in this film is really good. I really do enjoy the animation that's in it. This dude takes MMD and like pushes the boundaries with this. And his custom made Shin Hedora, because at the beginning of this, we were just dealing with the ordinary looking Hedora. Hedora was just, plain looking and all that. But by the halfway into the film, Hedora becomes this massive version of Hedora and it's supposed to be equivalent of like Shin Godzilla. And my God, I don't know if he made this model or someone else did it for him, but damn, they did an amazing job of how Shin Hedora looks. And this film has a bunch of references to Godzilla versus Hedora and even Shin Godzilla as well. And it's just is great, man. It's just a good fan film, and I feel like not a lot of people have talked about it. Has about 2 million views right now. but yeah, it's just this film is just good. I really like it. It just takes one of my favorite monsters and gives it a shin makeover. And if forget it, it's just a good film. I like this fan film. But if I would have to make an honorable mention to another fan film that I thought was nice, I would have to go with the Matt Mothra's a Godzilla fan film called Jet Jaguar versus Megalon, where where he actually gives Jet Jaguar a character, and even Megalon a character too. Well, they already had a character in the original movie, but the way he portrays Megalon in this film and Jet Jaguar in this short film, it's pretty good. I like it. Jet Jaguar is sort of a superhero, and I'm not gonna go way too deep into it, but because I want people to check it out for themselves. It's a good short film. It's a good recent short film too. And the cool thing about these two films is that these films were released around the time of like their 50th anniversary, I believe. Shin Hedorah was released for the 50th anniversary of Godzilla vs. Ghidorah. Meanwhile, Jet Jaguar vs. Megalon was released when Godzilla vs. Megalon came out. But yeah, I honestly do like these fan films. I feel like there's a lot of good dedication from the creators of them, from the original creators. But overall, it was nice. So
Okay then. I guess yeah, Niels, you can go ahead with like I guess some honorable mentions of Godzilla fan films and your all-time favorite, I guess.
Okay, well, I guess for some honorable mentions, I guess Godzilla and the Monster Killer is probably one that I'd put there, and another maybe Battle Royale, and I guess Wrath of the Hybrid, if that's okay to even put that there.
Yeah.
Even though Active
Yeah,
already
Yeah,
talked about that.
it
But.
is.
yeah, ignore him, ignore him. Just keep going on.
Hey, don't be mean, Godzilla Reader. You don't have to be mean. Why can't we
Hey,
be
hey, hey, hey,
friends?
hey!
Why can't
We
we
are being
Coming
be
friends
this
right
coming
now. Come on.
All right. Wait, wait till I'm done. But okay. But the Godzilla film I kind of want to talk about is well, a stop motion one that I found about a few weeks ago called Kingdom of Godzilla, which if any of you do check it out, correct me if I do make any mistakes, because I'm like about discussing it, because I'm mostly going off of memory from watching it. I did rewatch it today, but I might be wrong about some of the things that I talk about for it. But honestly, I thought that fan film, well, which is okay. Okay, sorry, I don't think I said the guy who made it was a Kaiju Pictures who made that one, but honestly, I think that fan film was honestly kind of charming, especially for like a stop motion one. I did actually like how they did most of the effects for that movie. It does feel like a bit limited with where exactly they go about it, but I feel like the effects that they did go about using, like for one thing, for I guess Godzilla's atomic breath and some of the abilities that the monsters use throughout the course of the fan film, I thought was honestly pretty good. I feel like the designs they also used for some of the characters were pretty good too, although I'll admit, at least for a few characters, I did get kind of confused by which characters they were, because there's in that film, Godzilla basically has like a he's basically taking care of like two Godzilla Juniors throughout the course of that movie and is constantly trying to protect them while from what I remember it's the military and then it's also Batra that's pretty much causing trouble for them on Monster Island throughout the movie. Although the two like when I first saw them I was kind of confused by who these two Godzilla Juniors were because one of them simply just looks like your regular Godzilla Jr. The other was apparently the other isn't, but apparently, even though he kind of looks like a miniature, uh,
Burning Godzilla.
trying to think, yeah, like a miniature burning Godzilla. Apparently, that wasn't who that is, or at least it wasn't exactly that. Apparently, the two Gojis there were Godsuki and apparently Manila, even though they didn't really look that much like those two. So I was kind of surprised, like when actually finding it out that that's actually what those two Godzilla Juniors were supposed to be. But I honestly kind of like what they did with him there, even if like for Manila, I'm not really the biggest fan of him, but I don't necessarily hate him. I've just never been the biggest fan of like his original design from the Showa era movies. Uh, the film also does have Gabara, and this movie actually did kind of make me like Gabara a little bit. Like because back in like Godzilla's Revenge, the guy's original appearance, I did not care for him whatsoever. In fact, I'm pretty sure I probably would have roasted him if I'm being honest. I probably would have roasted him because well, the only thing I like about him at all before then was just his electric abilities. Even then, that's not much because his roar, I don't care much for his roar, and I also think he kind of looked ugly. Even when he became, even when Salunga took up his design, I still feel like it got worse. But yeah, but even then, honestly, he wasn't too bad. He wasn't too bad in this movie. Obviously, he's not going to like when tussling against Godzilla. Obviously, we know he wouldn't win. But in this film, I kind of feel like he at least had like somewhat of a good chance throughout it. I feel like they actually did do pretty well with him. He's not even my favorite monster. I don't even like him that much, but I feel like the movie actually did do something pretty good with him here. I feel like they also did pretty good with what they got with Baragon and Batra here too. I feel like what they tried to do with them here was honestly pretty good, even though they don't exactly appear a whole lot in the film. I'd still feel like they at least served their purpose pretty well throughout the course of the movie here. But aside from that, I guess like some complaints I probably would have about the film is well, I guess I kind of wish there was like a I mean it kind of makes sense that for something like this, I guess that there wouldn't be like any human characters here or at least like any insight from that because well, yeah, admittedly, yeah, in some kaiju films, human characters, like some of them can either be uninteresting, some of them can be interesting, some of them might be very, very bland. I'm looking at you, Shin Godzilla. And other times it can kind of be like a blend of the two, where there's like there's some characters that are really good, but then there's also some that you either don't care for or you just hate because of how they're written. And I don't know if this is a hot take, but if you ask me, I'd say like even though yeah, it might be interesting to see like a kaiju film without like where it focuses only on the monsters solely and not any human characters. I like for something like this one, I think it works, especially since like even without some of those characters around, just the visuals alone at least give you like a good insight of what the story is, at least like to some degree. I actually like that aspect about this. Like I like that aspect about this, but I'm also saying like and this is basically more of a thing that kind of just goes across almost any kaiju film, I guess. I honestly feel like for kaiju films, the human characters are probably some of the things that actually makes it somewhat like is actually something important that kind of feels like it would it kind of feels like it would be wrong just to remove that outright like because like here's the thing, yes I get it, like if you want to see more of the monsters I of course want to too, like I want to see some awesome stuff going on with them, I want to see more of the fights, I also want to see what exactly they do, but at the same time some of these films, like in order to make it feel like a bit more down to earth for certain ones, even if like you still have that fantastical element that just about all of these have, the human characters, like whether you like it or not, is at least like something that connects the view, like can help connect the viewer to what's going on. It basically gives you an idea of probably like how the people down below are feeling with like all of the chaos going on. Like you'll see some of them probably support the monsters, like they probably support Godzilla and the other monsters and want to see him help them out and defeat the monsters that would be pretty much terrorizing Japan besides Godzilla when he's on a bad day. But then you got other cases where there'll be people who are probably against them, i.e., usually the military is pretty much against them because well we all know his grandpa's history. We all know that how the 54 one used to be before he became Kiryu. But anyway, like even then, I feel like that's something that kind of adds like just like an extra layer of substance to some Godzilla films. This one lacks that, but at the same time, I think this one in particular at least works pretty well without that aspect there. But it does also make me feel a little curious about what would happen if they did like put something in there like that. But like again, having the human characters actually be interesting and actually feeling like characters and not like cardboard cutouts or anything like that, like making them feel like they're people and at least make it feel like there's at least something you can attach to that have like some connection to like what's going on and probably how the character feels during the events. But this film, not saying it needed that. The film itself is pretty good without that, in my opinion at least. But I'm just saying it probably would have been nice had there been like maybe a cut of it that had that there. My ramble's over. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Okay, so that's it.
Uh, I think so. Like again, I'm mostly going off of the stuff I remember. I might need to watch the whole thing again. So if
Oh,
what I'm saying is like pretty short, I'm sorry about that.
that's fine. Honestly, I feel like Actually, another thing. I think Q is the one who knows what you're talking about because honestly, I don't. I don't think I've watched any fan film called King of Godzilla.
I
Again, I
actually,
found it randomly, so
I actually did watch it like randomly after he said about it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so he's going next. I can go last. I don't mind.
Okay, well, I was gonna go next.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so honorable mentions. Oh god, brace yourself because it's gonna be a bit of a lot. So for the honorable mentions, I guess one of them I could start. Godzilla Apex by Kaijuzilla 621. Um, a good dark and gruesome fan film. Although I will say that the human scenes do drag along and to the point that it just gets boring. And honestly, the film doesn't get going until Apex Ghidorah appears. So, but still a good fan film. Uh, Godzilla Lord of the Galaxy by Daniel Mania. Basically, a good animated series that is basically, I guess, if you want to see it, basically an animated fan Goji universe because the creator of this basically went ahead and literally created a universe with their own like designs for some of the kaiju's, which I thought was pretty good. Although I will say the only thing that kind of ruins it is the human characters, since not gonna lie, they don't do much. Honestly, they're just kind of there, and it also doesn't help that the kaiju's literally talk to each other. Now, when I mean talk to each other, I mean that whenever they're like communi- communicating with each other, they're literally subtitles. So basically, kind of makes the human characters a bit useless if that's the case, right? Then Zone Fighter by Daikaiju Legends. Season one was alright. It was a bit messy, I will say, but I will say, yeah, the series did get an improvement with season two, and yeah, it's pretty good, pretty good. retelling of the character in the Ultraman universe. Although I will say that the last episode that we got so far is quite literally the biggest. Oh God, what is the term I'm looking for? Ah, how did I miss this? Oh no! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! What's the term of like the term that basically it's like something that has nothing to do with the plot?
Filler.
Filler.
It's just filler.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. The the last episode that we got is literally a giant case of filler. And honestly, this episode did not need to exist whatsoever.
And what makes it even worse is as part one of a three-parter. Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, so. Yeah, Zone Fighter. I guess for another honorable mention, Godzilla Rough the Hybrid. Honestly,
No! No! No!
He
dude.
said honorable mention.
Okay,
He didn't say dishonor. He didn't say dishonorable mention. I don't know where you're getting that he's bashing the film for putting
uh,
it in honorable.
okay, so okay, Akno, you're telling me that you literally when Neos said that Rough the Hybrid is an honorable mention, you say nothing. But when I said that's where you become, that's when you become a drama king. Am I saying something right now? Anyways, yeah, roughly hybrid. Pretty good. I will say, yeah, definitely a good fan film. Although now looking back at it, it is still pretty flawed. I will say, I guess the biggest flaw is Kujiro himself. Which, okay, I will say this: he was peak. He was like the highlight of the movie, but his design is simply not that good, honestly. So yeah. I guess
I thought
other
that
honorable.
design was. I thought that design was pretty good. The only thing that stand out like a sore thumb was the chest mouth.
Yeah, and also his arms. Even though there was a reason, I still think they were weirdly proportionate. And also the texture of the model, but I'm not gonna go into detail with that. Next honorable mention, Kitchen Chaos. This one, honestly, I'm not gonna go in detail. All I can say is that if you want to know my opinion on that, just go to Neo's Gamers channel and watch a little series that we've been doing called the Kitchen Chaos Breakdown, where we basically analyze the history of Kurogia. And all I can say is what?
Continue. No, continue.
Okay. And basically, I guess all I can say is that the first four episodes absolutely great. The later ones they completely butcher Kurogia. That's all I can say. Okay. Kenshin Chaos and other fan films. Well, I think I've said enough. Well, okay. I guess another honorable mention: Godzilla X the Kaiju Killer. Another good one and one of the cool classics in terms of fan films. Although I will say that the only thing I didn't really like is just, I guess, the fight scenes between Godzilla and the Stalkers guy. Looking back at it, really did not feel like a fight scene, honestly. But it's still a good one. Oh, and also, Godzilla and his amazing friends. How could I forget that? This one is another cool classic of fan films.
That's a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. Well, him and Spidey share that name now. Jesus.
I used to watch that Spider-Man show like late at midnight. I think like like some random channel like pops that old cartoon up, and I just always watched it.
Hmm.
I think they aired some of it on Disney XD at one point back then. I think like
Uh,
in 2012, I guess when they showed a little bit of it, or
I
it
did on
might have been on,
Jets.
or by the. Actually, wait, yeah, it probably was Jax. Because I know they had the '90s Marvel shows up there, but I'm pretty sure at least some of the '80s ones could have been there. I definitely
I
know
yeah.
missed.
I definitely know I saw Amazing Friends somewhere. I feel like I
It
saw
was
it.
on Jets. I'm pretty sure I saw mine on Jetix. So Amazing Spider-Man is Amazing Friends on Jetix. Man, I miss Jetix. I remember when I used to play Power Rangers all the time on
Oh wait.
Jetix.
Oh,
I
you guys like?
watched
Oh,
that.
okay. Oh wait, you guys talking about a thing called actually Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends? Because I was talking about the other one, Godzilla and His Amazing Friends.
Yeah. We know. Sorry for getting off topic. It's just that I was making that
Man,
comparison.
Reader, we were just talking about stuff that we used to watch during our childhood. You don't need to be a prick about it.
I was okay. Anyway, I mean, yeah,
It's my
Godzilla and
bad.
His Amazing
It's my
Godzilla is.
bad. I made the comparison anyway. I'm sorry. Keep talking.
It's fine, it's fine. But I mean, yeah, Godzilla and His Amazing Friends was also part of my childhood. But anyways, yeah, the last honorable mention, yeah, that one, Godzilla and His Amazing Friends by Goji73. I don't know where this series is going at this point, but honestly, yeah, good one. All right, now for my all-time favorite. Oh, almost forgot another honorable mention: Godzilla and Ultraman, the Godzilla and Ultraman series by Godzilla Geek. Honestly, this one is amazing. Honestly, basically, this one is basically the crossover that honestly you would not see in an official movie or anything else, or anything like that. Like what the guy is doing with Godzilla, Ultraman, Gamera, Pacific Rim, or basically everything that is like all tokusatsu kaiju combined into one series. Brilliant.
Isn't
Okay,
that
I
that
said it.
guy who made that? Isn't that that guy who made that freaking video that was trending where like they were doing the whole Avengers Endgame thing and all the monsters were together going up against a group of evil monsters?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, he just came out with a new part. He just came out with a new part for his series.
Yep. Yeah.
And
Watched
already
it.
and already people are making a certain clip trending from that episode.
I wonder what that is, but yeah. But yeah, this series is amazing. Honestly, I think I will say what is impressive with the series is the evolution of it, because as far as I'm aware, the first three entries of this series all started with stop motion with like figures, until the fourth one came out, and now it's all animation, which I'll say it's a pretty impressive evolution. Okay, I said all the honorable I said all of the honorable mentions that I had in mind. So now with my all-time favorite fan film, Godzilla Battle at but Godzilla.
Battle Attic.
You want me to just give you want me
He's
to
an
just give
addict to
Annabelle her
battling.
Yeah, we sorry. Everyone shush. So I can have a
Okay.
clear cut.
I am Godzilla and I'm a bow addict. Hi Godzilla.
Okay. Everyone
Okay.
shush.
Okay. Again, take two. Godzilla Battle Royale. And I'm not talking about the animation done by Sleek. I'm talking about the old fan film of 2014 by some guy called Rockstar, something like that. Oh, I forgot another honorable mention by Sleek. Godzilla vs. Destroyer, and yeah, the other Godzilla Battle Royale. Honestly, I can say is great animation. That's it. But yeah, Godzilla Battle Royale by the 2014 fan film by Rockstar, whatever. Yeah, this one is my all-time favorite. It is the cool classic of fan films. Honestly, everything I love. Honestly, I think what's good about it is that it's. I think in terms of fan film, this is literally the only one that is actually live action, which you don't really see a lot of fan films doing that. Most of them are mostly animation or stop motion, but this one was really unique in terms of the fact that it is basically live action, and it uses literally suits that are done by, I guess, dedicated fans. And I will say, this one is a very fun one to watch. Like fun plot, fun characters, awesome battle battle scenes. Like ultimate, like honestly, this one is the ultimate peak in terms of like kaiju fights, considering with how many kaijus it was able to literally include. Which, holy shit, talk about that's a lot of kaiju's. Heck, even went as far as to literally include some original monsters, which I think, from what I saw, or at least remember, one of them is like some strange pollution monster that is kind of like an insect thing, and also has the role of Mega Gears. I don't know what that is, but I that is one of them. There's also G Fantis. Yeah, the mascot of G Fest is also in this fan film, which is surprising. And last but not least, Queen Ghidorah, the final boss of the final boss of this fan film, which nice addition, honestly. Yeah, this fan film is pretty good. And honestly, my all-time favorite. I love it. Cult classic. And honestly, this is probably gonna piss off Agno, but I'm gonna say it. This fan film is what Godzilla Final Wars should have been, honestly.
No, no,
Yes.
Yes.
God, no,
Yes.
Them
no,
fighting
Okay.
words.
Yes.
no.
Give it
Yes.
a bigger budget and it would have been better.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Just
Not looking.
no.
Yes. No. No.
Stop
No.
it.
No. Okay. Okay.
Stop it. It's a
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
It's a no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Hey,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
hey,
All right, boys, don't fight.
hey. Fight
Okay.
after the podcast.
Yeah. Now here's my problem with the Final Wars and even Destroy Monsters. They don't seem to know how to handle a lot of kaijus, honestly. With Destroy Monsters, all of them are just cameos. Like they all appear for a few seconds until the climax. Final Wars is someone like that, but I will say the worst part is that they seem to have put more effort into their human fights, which unfortunately takes way too much, drags way too long, giving not even a time for the kaiju fights, which that's unfortunate. So if a fan film like this is able to actually handle multiple kaijus at the same time, yeah, I think it knows what it's doing. Like Final Wars, honestly. But yeah, I think I said everything. So yeah, I guess you could go ahead, Kiryu.
Okay, so I'll be quick with my honorable mentions because I have quite a few. First one, Godzilla Battle Royale.
Okay.
I like just the passion that goes into it, to the suits, and how it's more or less centered around G-Fast, let's be honest. Though, I do like that he got special guest celebrity appearances like Akira Takarada and Robert Scott Field. For those who
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know, Robert Scott Field is the American who played M11 from Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah 2001. And here he is credited as being Agent M11, which is awesome.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, I should have mentioned that. Yeah.
So I like how visual cards work, like the suits. Next one is from Rano, Kong vs. Zilla Monsterverse fight animation. Loves how he does the animation. It is peak, and I can't wait to see more from him. And I just like the inclusion of a baby Godzilla running to Kong for help. And then Wrath of the Hybrid, because I love that film so much. The entire trilogy wanted me to make my own fan films, but obviously can't for obvious reasons.
Money.
That too.
Make money.
Yeah.
And then another animation, which is, hold on, let me translate to English, which is Earth Destruction Order Godzilla X Gigan from Hurian, who also did Shin Hedorah. I just love how he animated Gigan and follows Godzilla and just how much personality they threw into it. And it's kind of a tie of my all-time favorite fan film because one's nostalgia because I saw it when I was a kid, um, around like junior high school age, and and another one, that's has really good effects. So in so these two fan films is the first one being Godzilla X the Kaiju Killer. Love the look of Godzilla in that one.
Oh yeah,
Um,
good design.
yeah, I like how we have the ape aliens back. Um, I love um the uh the Gamma cameo before he dies. And this first film is by Chris Eliasson. Ellison. Um, and I like the story. I like this original kaiju Stalkus. Um, it's a interesting design, and I just love how Godzilla looks in this. And how they brought these two to life, which is I believe both models uh and at least the top half of suits, I think. And I love that they actually have Godzilla in water. And then Stalkus. like them in the top half of the suit in the water.
Okay.
So the second one that's tied for all-time favorite is called Space Godzilla Prodigal Son. That came out in Charge for One by Kaijutopia. And it's a stop motion animation, and I just love the storyline in this and how we also see um like Godzilla Jr. and how he turns into like Space Godzilla somehow. I forgot how. Um and seeing all these projects makes me uh a little bit sad that I can't make my own, but I will forever support fan films even if they're not all that um all that uh what's what I'm looking for, made good. I mean, with these fast films, I do have my problems with it, um, like some of the writing in Godzilla X the Kaiju Killer, so on and so forth. Uh, but yeah, I'm hoping to see more fan films to come out in the next few years because of the 50th anniversary of Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla and Terra Mechagodzilla. And then we have to wait like a few years until we get the 50th of Godzilla 84.
Wait, Godzilla 84 is this year. What are you talking about?
No, it's not. Not the 50th.
30th. It's the 40th though.
Yeah,
But
I'm talking about the 50th. Because that's the
that won't happen for another.
Anyways, and that's about all I can say. I love all these fan films. I'll hold some of them closer to my heart than others. And yeah, sorry if mine isn't all that in depth. I'm just talking about this like off the top of my head. I don't have any notes like how I usually do it. So if you guys want me, the audience, if you viewers want me to go more in depth on these fan films that I love, I will do them for you guys 100%. I will script it out I will take notes. But yeah, that's all I can say.
So yeah, pretty much. Long live the fan films.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
And that is it for this podcast. Sorry if it's a little bit short, but yeah, what can you do? When you
Yeah.
when you have to adult half the time. Anyways, yeah, y'all on my channel. There is links on my channel. You know where you are, so I don't really have to put anything out. You guys go ahead.
You can find me on Instagram at anagoji2017. You can find me on Twitter at anagojiofficial. You can find me on Facebook at anagoji. You can find me on YouTube at anagoji2001. You can pretty much find me on Twitch at anagoji2001. You can find me you can find me on Wattpad at anagoji2001. You can pretty much find me anywhere at anagoji.
Jesus Christ.
Try saying that
Oh,
sometimes fast.
okay
I don't
then.
think I don't think I could. I'm not the Flash.
Yeah, I'm not Sonic either. Right. Go ahead, Niels. Promote yourself, I guess.
All right, all right. Well, you can find me on Neo Cyber, aka Neo's Gamer on Neo's Gamer 4 on YouTube. On Twitter, you can find me as Neo_Cyber, and the same thing for Instagram and also TikTok now. Yeah, I'm sorry, I caved into it now.
What about Wattpad?
I don't feel like talking about Wattpad today.
Yeah. Also, you have a TikTok. Oh, dang.
Oh, you
Oh,
didn't see the
God.
post? I posted.
You
I
Oh
sold
yeah,
your
posted
yeah,
soul
yeah.
to
Okay,
the
enough,
that
devil.
I'm doing
guys.
that on.
Yeah.
On
I
track.
posted
On
that I have
track.
that account. I posted
Okay.
that I have an account for that now on New Year's. Actually, I even said, "Yeah, that's right. I caved into it. I basically got that now. I haven't uploaded a lot yet. You'll probably
You
see it
signed
soon.
All
your
right, come
soul
on,
to the devil.
guys. Come on.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Okay, my turn. Where you can find me? YouTube for content, Godzilla Reader. Wattpad for fan fiction, bullshit. Godzilla Reader, tag name, Reader Godzilla. Heart on Twitter, Godzilla Reader, DeviantArt, Godzilla Reader, and Tumblr, Godzilla Reader. Simple as that.
What Twitter?
Didn't he just say that?
Yeah, I think you did.
No, he didn't.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Okay. Now the outro. Now this is Godzilla Karu.
Is that Nagoji?
I'm the Godzilla Reader.
Goes your X28.
Neo's Gamer 04.
Sign off.
Signing out.